Space heaters are a great way to add a little extra heat to your home, office, or garage space. While they are not meant to be used as a standalone heat source, space heaters can keep you comfortable in low temperatures and drafty buildings. Space heaters can be used as a backup heat source if your main form of heating fails. Even though they won't have the power to heat your whole house, they will still keep you warm until the repairman arrives. The type of space heater you choose depends on a variety of factors, including the area you want to heat, the construction and layout of the building, including insulation condition, how often you plan to use the heater, cost of operation, efficiency, portability, potential noise from the unit, and possible safety concerns. Broadly speaking, there are three types of heat transfer. These are conduction, convection, and radiation. A heater might use one of these methods or all of them. Conduction is a heat transfer between two objects that are in direct contact with each other. A good example of conduction heating is an electric blanket or a heated jacket. Convection heating utilizes the naturally occurring convection current. When air heats up, the molecules begin to move faster and further away from one another. This makes air expand when it's hot and contract when it's cold. The hot, expanded air is less dense than the cold, contracted air, which makes it rise. This is why it gets hot in attic spaces and second-floor areas without adequate AC. Forced air furnaces and some types of space heaters use convection to provide adequate heat. A heater that uses convection will heat an area near the floor. The heated air will naturally rise to the ceiling and create a current as the warm air rises up and moves the cold air towards the heater. Radiation is the last type of heating. Also known as radiant heat, radiation heat transfer is when electromagnetic waves from a warm object heat surfaces in the room around it. Unlike conduction, radiant heating does this without being in direct contact with any of the surfaces it heats. A good example of radiant heat is how the sun warms surfaces on the Earth. Most space heaters use either convection or radiation to provide heat. Some use a combination of both. First, let's talk about space heaters that utilize convection. Convection space heaters are better for smaller spaces and longer use. It takes convection heaters time to raise indoor temperature, but when the desired temperature is reached, the heater is efficient at maintaining it. If you have an office that gets a little chilly, a convection heater would likely be the perfect solution. Convection space heaters are often more portable and have a lower upfront cost. The major downside of convection heaters is that they can contribute to increased dust in the home and may cause dry air if used often. Let's take a look at some space heaters that use convection. Electric space heaters are heaters that use an electric coil to provide heat and a small fan to distribute it. Sometimes these heaters are simply called fan heaters. This space heater is a simple design and is built to be lightweight and portable. Despite being equipped with a fan, they tend to be quiet during operation. These small fan heaters are ideal for single rooms and small spaces. While they are capable of maintaining a consistent temperature, they draw quite a bit of power and are not a good choice for prolonged heating. This would be the kind of space heater you would likely choose to warm up the area near your office desk or home study. Ceramic heaters have a ceramic block to maintain heat produced by electric coils. Ceramic heaters come in a variety of sizes and often utilize fans to distribute heat. Ceramic heaters tend to heat up quickly and can provide a good amount of heat to a room. Most ceramic heaters are lightweight and easily portable. Depending on the humidity levels in your home or building, regular use of ceramic heaters might make the indoor air feel dry. If the humidity levels drop significantly, you can install a portable humidifier. These units simply plug into an outlet and need to be filled with water periodically. While whole home humidifiers are more effective, dry air caused by a space heater can be handled with a portable unit found at your local home goods store. Propane heaters use combustion to provide heat. These types of space heaters will heat up a space quickly and evenly. They use the same technology as gas-fired, forced air furnaces, but on a much smaller scale. Propane heaters use small fuel tanks that are replaceable or refillable. Propane-fired heaters tend to be cheaper to operate than fully electric space heaters. This is a big draw for propane-fueled heaters, but safety can be a big issue if you don't take the proper precautions. Carbon monoxide is a byproduct of controlled combustion. If the space heater is working correctly, properly vented, and rated for indoor use, you shouldn't have any problems. But you must have an up-to-date carbon monoxide detector installed in your home if you run a propane-fired heater. A carbon monoxide detector will alert you to any trace of CO in your home and allow you to get out safely. Now, let's talk about radiant heating options. Radiant heating is often better for larger spaces and more intermittent heating. Radiant heaters can quickly raise the temperature of a room or dedicated space without too much trouble. They also tend to be more efficient than convection space heaters for areas that do not require continuous heating. This means lower utility bills for you. Radiant heaters don't use fans to circulate warm air, so they don't have the same concerns with indoor air quality, allergens, and decreased humidity. If you suffer from indoor allergens, we would recommend a radiant heating option. Oil-filled heaters, sometimes called radiator heaters, use electricity to heat the oil found inside the heater. The heat then radiates off the heater and provides heat to the room. They work very similarly to hydronic radiators and baseboards, but on a smaller scale. Oil-filled heaters are quiet to run and produce quite a bit of heat. Because they use oil, they are able to retain heat for longer and use less energy than some other types of space heaters. It should be noted that these types of heaters do get hot and can be dangerous for pets and children that might wander too close to the heater. Infrared heaters, as the name suggests, use infrared rays to provide heat. They work in a way similar to our sun. The infrared rays heat objects in the room, such as walls, floors, and furniture. It does not heat air. This makes infrared heaters a lot more energy efficient than other electric space heaters. Infrared heaters are silent during operation, but they do emit a red or orange light. While this isn't a deal breaker for most people, it may affect the lighting and mood of the room if you use a large enough heater. Infrared heaters do not affect air quality or humidity levels and are safe to touch. Unfortunately, they can be more expensive than many of the other types of space heaters. Quartz heaters are a common type of infrared heater. Quartz both heats up and cools down quickly. Quartz heaters are ideal for providing fast heat in cold conditions. There's one final space heater on our list. The microthermic space heater uses a combination of convection and radiant heat. Microthermic heaters utilize a thermal insulation material known as mica to provide efficient heating. Mica is basically a mineral dust that can be formed into sheets that are used in a variety of products. Mica happens to be a great heat conductor and has the ability to heat more effectively than other forms of radiant heat. Microthermic heaters are more efficient and can handle larger areas than many other types of space heaters available. Microthermic heaters are quiet during operation and have little effect on indoor humidity levels. Hopefully, we were able to help you understand space heaters a little better. Space heaters can be a useful heating tool, but should always be handled safely and never left unsupervised. We recommend turning off all space heaters when leaving a room. You should inspect electric cords regularly for signs of fraying or burn marks. Electric space heaters should be on their own, dedicated circuit if at all possible. As mentioned before, space heaters draw a lot of power. This ensures they don't overload the breaker during operation. When choosing an area to set up your space heater, make sure it is clear of furniture, drapery, blankets, and other objects that may block it. These units need airflow all the way around them. Make sure cords are safely out of the way, and pets and children cannot get near the heater. Many portable space heaters have internal safety switches that will turn off the unit if it gets tipped over, but you should still take the proper precautions. For an in-depth discussion of space heater efficiency, you can check out our video on the topic linked below. We also have a free cheat sheet with 28 tricks that can help you save on your electricity, heating, or cooling bill each month. Click the link in the description to download.